election and what you recommend we look into before placing our vote. And the other part is, I'm just wondering, can you touch on Bibb County school system and what is going on right now with that? I don't know if you have any insight on that or not.
Well, I tell you what, rather than trying to go through all the details myself, what I will do is for next week's program, I will invite a couple of members of the school board to call Dr. Dillard or Dr. West, who is the new president. Dr. Dillard is, I believe, the secretary or the treasurer, or Tom Hudson, Lester Miller, one of those board members to call into the program, and then we'll have them just do an update on the school system. And if you're listening next week, then we will certainly provide that information. Your other question about the mayoral candidates, we also would like to invite those candidates to call into the program and say whatever in 5 minutes that you'd like to say about your candidacy. I'm not going to
endorse.
I know who I'm voting for. I know who I support. I know who has done the most and who will be the person that can continue moving us in the direction with the least amount of problems, who knows the system and can handle things and will not sell out or be bought out or whatever. I know who that person is, and I will be voting in that mayor's race. But on here, I would like for any of the candidates who wish to call and just let us hear from you 5 minutes of what your vision is, what you'd like to accomplish, and then talk about it from the standpoint of what's real, what actually affects the lives of people. You know, we can stand around and talk about the vision and how we want to move forward. Well, what does that mean? That doesn't mean a thing.
Right, because as a citizen, I feel like, you know, Macon is as a city as a whole, but it's so separated.
Right, and it is.
You know, and so how do those decisions affect me?
Right, and we want people to realize that this area is a majority black area.
Yes,
there are some people who are ashamed of the fact that this is a majority black city and a majority black county, and they try to hide that fact. What they should be doing is trying to bridge that gap between all people, because all of us are colored.
That's right.
All of us, because you don't see any white people anymore, nor do you see any black people anymore. We're all mixed in together, so we might as well face it. You know, we're moving toward a beige society where you're not going to be able to sit around and say, oh, well, I'm white, or oh, I'm black, or oh, I'm this or that. We are headed toward a beige society where everybody's going to pretty much be in this melting pot, and we're going to realize that it's not about race, but it's about taking care of each other and making sure that all of us have the resources that we need to take care of our families, and that means an education and some political power. And that's what this whole thing is about. And so we're just going to invite those candidates, and I know I'm running myself, and I do hope that people will vote for me. Of course, I won't have my opponent on here, but if the candidates for mayor would like to take 5 minutes on Ask Elaine and talk about their platform. And we don't want all these platitudes and all of these little sweet, cute little sayings and stuff. Anybody can say that, and people, that's what folks get turned off to. What they want to hear is what you're going to do about crime, how you're going to support the education system, even though you're not directly funding that, but you have an impact on it. How are you going to make sure that all folks in the community have an equal opportunity at doing business with their government and making a living, just like some other folks have become millionaires off of taxpayers' money? How are you going to deal with that? What are you going to do about the housing? All of these houses that we were supposed that council has appropriated money to tear down, but only a few of them have been torn down. How are we going to deal with those kinds of things?
And they're still standing, and our children are walking past those those abandoned houses every day.
Now, those are the issues that we want these candidates to call and talk about. If they don't want to talk about those things, then they don't need to call up here. They don't need to come and spout Bible verses. They don't need to call and they can say how good and great they are and what plans they have. But people want to hear some concrete stuff. Are you for real? Are you
That's
for
right.
real? So,
That's right.
thank you so much for
Thank
calling.
you, Miss Elaine.
You have added so much to this program, and you have asked two wonderful things, and we're going to work on those for next week.
Thank you. And when you do the education people, this is just real quick. Like I'm just graduating. I'm a new teacher, but I can't find employment here. So of course, because they have to place the other displaced teachers, so it's like, okay. Right. Do I have to leave my city to get work?
Well, I certainly hope not. I certainly hope not. And that has been a problem here in Bibb County for a long time, that people locally who are just excellent people have been lost. They've gone to other counties. We don't need to lose the people who have a vested interest in this community.
Right, so because sometimes people in power make just very poor decisions, and they affect all of us.
That's right. That's right. So, well, thank you so very much for your call, and thank you for listening to Ask Elaine.
Yes, ma'am.
You have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye. We appreciate calls like that. That young lady had some very excellent questions, and we will work to get that information. And if there are school board members, I think Mr. Tom Hudson listens to Ask Elaine each week, and we certainly would like for him or some other member of the school board to call us and make sure that you are willing to come on the program for next week, or call in and talk about the school system. We do have an interim superintendent, Mr. Steve Smith, who was sworn in the other day, and we look to hear from him as well. That would be a good idea to have him to call into the program as well. Good afternoon, Ask Elaine.
Hi, yes, my name is Danielle Ross,
yes,
and I wanted
Ross.
to ask something to the pastors we love.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, my pastor is Dr. I. Edwin Mack,
Dr. Mack.
Missionary Baptist Church.
Yes, he's a very fine man, and we appreciate that. And so we're going to add Dr. I. Edwin Mack as one of the pastors we love this week. He has certainly enriched our city this last week by bringing in some just dynamic talent. I understand Tamala Mann, Take Me to the King, was here the other night. And so, and he's just a dynamic faith leader. He's one who doesn't mind telling it like it is, and that is just a wonderful quality. He's pastor to former Mayor Ellis. He's pastor to Commission Chair Sam Hart, and pastor to Superior Court Clerk Erica Woodford. From what I understand, and many, many other very fine people. And I understand that the music ministry at Unionville is just wonderful as well.
Well, yeah, I appreciate that, especially being a member of the choir.
Oh, I've heard y'all. I've been over there. I don't think there are but maybe one or two churches in this city or county that I've not been in 2 or 3 different times. There may be one or two, but I try my best to get around, not just at election time, but all the time, to let people know I'm coming to worship. I want to get to meet people. I want to hear what you have to say, and I always have people to tell me of concerns that they have, and then I throw it back on them as to what they can do to help to make sure that books in the ballot, that people get those books and that they utilize the ballot. So thank you so very much for calling in and for entering Dr. I. Edwin Mack's name as one of our pastors we love, and he certainly is.
All right, well, thank you.
All right, and continue listening to Ask Elaine.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, wonderful, wonderful. So we have Dr. I. Edwin Mack as one of the pastors we love, and then we have Apostle Sherrard as a pastor we love. Got another call, Mike. Good afternoon, Ask Elaine.
How you doing, Elaine?
Doing just fine. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I've been listening to the show, and it's been a really wonderful show.
Dr. Ficklin, how